So you're starting out on guitar, you know a few chords, and now you want some songs to learn. But every time you search easy guitar songs, the internet wants to teach you La Bamba and Achy Breaky Heart. They're okay, but we can do better than that, right? So I've got 5 easy guitar songs that actually sound good, and I guarantee that they'll make you more likable and more sexually attractive. And if these 5 aren't enough, just click the link below, and there's loads more easy guitar songs on my website. And just as a warning, there are bar chords in this lesson, but don't panic, we'll get through it together. So the first song is Songbird by Oasis. It's just 3 chords through the whole song, super easy. It does this thing that Noel tends to do on the guitar, which is plant his ring finger and his little finger at the 3rd fret here on the B and the E string. And then the 3 chords are this G, and then this F sharp shape. It's sort of a D with an F sharp in the bass. I'll put the actual chord diagram on the screen. And then an E minor shape. I think it's an E minor 7. And then, so that's open 2-2, open 3-3. And then back to the F sharp shape. And then back to the G. So this F sharp shape, that's a passing chord that goes between the 2. Yeah, and that's it. Okay, so the second song is About a Girl by Nirvana. If you've got a flannel shirt, you might want to put it on. It does make the song sound better. For the most part, it's just an E minor, good old classic E minor, and a G. And you're just changing between those 2. And that's it. If you're getting anything out of this video, please hit like and subscribe. It costs you nothing and it really helps out the channel. Indie disco classic, Last Night by The Strokes. What a tune. It's a great rhythm workout. You're sort of building in difficulty through these songs, so it's a bit trickier than the first ones because there's faster strumming going on. Now the intro bit, I've got 2 ways you can play this depending on where you are in terms of your progress. So if you want it to sound more like the actual record, then you want to do an octave shape here on the 3rd fret. So you've got 3rd on the A string and then 5th on the G string. And you sort of mute the you deaden that string by resting your index finger across it. And you're just playing those two strings, but because you're muting the rest of them, so the tip of this finger's muting the E string. And that's how they open the song. And because they've got two guitarists, the other guy, actually he's doing this, sorry. That's it. The other guitarist is going like that. But if you want to combine them, you can play it like this. So start like that. And for that, you're just playing 3/3 on the A and the D, and then keeping that 5th fret down on the G string. And then you're moving your ring finger here to the 5th fret. So the chord shape's going from that to that. And it creates this sound. Just all downstrokes. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, and that's the intro, the slightly trickier way. If you want an easier version, you can just hang on this C chord and open the song like that. And then so it just creates enough movement and enough like the original so that people will know the song. To the untrained ear, they won't know the difference probably. And then you get into the main bit of the song. So the key thing to this is the rhythm. And you start on this C chord, and the rhythm goes something like this. I'll slow that right down. So 3 hits. And you want to apply pressure with your left hand, or right if you're a lefty. You want to apply pressure and then take it off. So each time you hit, ba, 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 ba. And that's it. The fourth song is Creep by Radiohead. I mean, there's not many bigger songs than this when it comes to indie, and most Radiohead fans sort of pretend they don't like it. I'm old enough to remember when Pablo Honey came out, and it was a massive track, and I absolutely loved it. And I'm a huge Radiohead fan through all their records. But yeah, it's a classic. You gotta love Creep. And it's just 4 songs through the whole track, and that's what makes it an easy guitar song. But there are bar chords. There's not really a way to play it without bar chords because of this B. Yeah, Yeah, the B is always really going to be a bar chord, even if you play it down here. I play it like this, which I think sounds like the record, which is a G bar chord here at the at the third. So that's 3, 5, 5, 4, 3, 3. And then a B bar chord, 7, 9, 9, 8, 7, 7. And then a C bar chord, which is 8, 10, 10, 9, 8, 8. And then a C minor bar chord. So it's sort of a very Radiohead thing to do, to just turn a major chord into a minor chord. Gives it such a sad sound. And that's the chord that they do that bit on when it starts getting heavier. And a lot of it's about dynamics and playing more softly for the verse and the opening, and then hammering it out for the chorus. And the strumming's like this. And a tip for getting your bar chords down. So if you play on an acoustic, learning bar chords is always going to be more challenging, because if it's a steel string acoustic to this, like this, sorry, it's pretty hard to push down. You know, I've been playing guitar for a long time, and even for me, my hand gets tired after a while, and it's a bit of a strain. So if you've got an electric guitar, it's going to be a lot easier. But the key is always the pressure that you put behind the guitar with your thumb. So you're really pushing your thumb against where your index finger is and trying to create a real clamp between those two. So it's all about that grip there and getting that really firm. And it just takes practice. You've just got to do it a lot. Also play each string individually. Hold it down and then... So you know every note's ringing out nicely. And that's it for Creep. Okay, so the final song is Where Is My Mind by the Pixies. And the Pixies are the band that Nirvana sort of stole their sound from. And why it's the hardest song on the list is there's a few bar chords and then there's this high riff thing that's going on. The chords are E, and then C sharp minor, G sharp major, and then A. So it's... That's the chords pretty much to the whole song. There's like different dynamics where the guitar drops out and just the bass plays it, and then there's an electric guitar that comes in. But just have a listen for a feel of what sort of dynamics and how hard you should be strumming depending on what bit you're in. There is a bit at the end of the chorus where we switch to an A minor and then go back to the C sharp minor. And then there's a B here at the 2nd fret. So yeah, at the end of the chorus it goes like this. And then the high bit, so this is sort of tricky if you're a beginner, but it's a good one to aim for. It's here on the 5th and the 4th strings, on the B and the E. So you're switching from here, 5/4 to 4/4, and then 5th fret with the high E ringing out. So that's it, 5 easy guitar songs that actually sound good. If you want more easy songs, then have a look at my website, the link's below. And yeah, I'd love a subscribe and a like. It doesn't hurt you, helps me out a lot. So yeah, thanks a lot.